Shalom Israel. Shalom Bashim and Asham Barakatah to the brothers. Shalom Yahweh Shema Thon Bashim and Asham to the sisters. This is Isupk New Orleans. Come out of 1 West 125th Street, 100 Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior Hunter. We are here to educate blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans about their true heritage and their law, statutes, and commands are found off in the Holy Bible, specifically the 1611 Bible. We just came from our holy convocation, Passover, and now we're in the feast of unleavened bread, about the topic was gonna be brotherhood, but the biggest brotherhood is to let you know as you come from the feast of unleavened bread and you talk to others, how blind your leaders are. And that's my topic tonight. We have blind leaders because they service are blind. They actually they as we was doing the Passover, they sleep, partying, whatever going on, and then as we are getting up, getting ready to leave out doing the feast of unleavened bread, they in church talking about Moses and the Passover and all that. They talk about all that, but yet at the church they having an Easter egg hunt for the kids. While our kids, had a pet zoo, a bouncy house, things that they can do, ate plenty of lamb, ate plenty of unleavened bread, all that, while the kids back here was too worried about trying to hunt down some eggs, and get some chocolate bunnies, while our kids ain't even for to practice that because we don't practice that. No, they're not thinking that this is the last thing on their mind because this is not taught in the household, just to point of saying, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And that's what goes on in a lot of brother sister houses with their children. They serve the Lord, and their children are doing the same. But you come back out here in the world, you get to see. And there's a lot of them in your own household who the claim they believe in the Passover and all that, but they don't follow the feast of unleavened bread. They feel like that's not important. They really don't believe in the Passover because they ain't sacrificed nothing because they would have been at the Passover with us. They'd have been right there with us. But no, they want to come back. I come back. I want to hear, how was your trip and all that, and this and that and the third, and and then I'm glad General Muhammad had a class last night to further explain, what we can eat, far as like what unleavened bread is, because you don't really know. Because you look at that stuff, it may not have yeast, but yeah, it might have an ingredient that may be unlawful. So I'm glad he had that class last night to further clarify things, because long because far as unleavened bread to you is yeast. You don't know what unleavened bread is. It ain't like you just like some of them are not bakers. Like me, I'm not a baker. So I don't know what an unleavened this and leavened that is. But a baker would know. Or somebody that's studied have knows. I haven't studied, so I don't know. But I found out last night. So I want to say, Salak, water the General behind me, for clarifying some things up that I didn't know. That's the thing about it. Our leaders are blind and made our families blind. It ain't just people just out there. It's in our own family. They're blind because they have blind leaders. Their leaders are blind. To the fact. They know, but they don't want to teach it. You know, they read their Bible back and forth and forth and back. You know, maybe it's really true what they, you know, what the priest and prophet say. They read, but they don't understand. They hear, but they don't listen. You know, maybe the Bible is a parable to them. You know, they want to do what they want to do on their terms. They don't want to follow, you know, the strict code that we have for as the scriptures. They don't want to follow that. They want to do what they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it, and teach what they want to teach, you know, and spread it around, poison our people. And you wonder, you know, why you can't get this person in, because they can have a blind leader that's teaching them to be blind, stay blind. That's why you can't get them in. You know, you trying hard, you know, because they got a blind leader. You know, and blind, you know, can't lead, you know, really can't lead the blind. You know, so we're gonna start out, you know, with let me see, Lamentations 2 and 14. You know, you wonder why you've been talking to a brother for about a year. And yeah, he's still on the same message because he has a blind leader. This leader done clouded his mind so bad that we come into him with this truth, he don't want to hear. That's too much work. I got to do too much. I got to do all that. Well, look what you got to do off in that Christian church. You got to clap your hands, stomp your feet, shout, you know, dance around. You got to do all that. But this little criteria by following the laws, statutes, commandments, that's too hard. No, you should look at that a different way, brother. Sister, you should look at that a different way. If you gotta get out there and make be a whole clown in church for everybody to think you holy, why don't you just be whole, come into the Isupk under Commander General Hunter and really be holy without making a clown of yourself? You know, you ain't got to get up more. You ain't got to pretend no more. You either in it or out of it. So that's what it is. You either in or out. So like your pastor so eloquently like to speak. You know, either you hot or cold. You know, like I said, the Most High would rather have you hot or cold. If you lukewarm, we're gonna spew you out of his mouth. And see, that's what these blind leaders producing: lukewarm people, not hot, not cold, but lukewarm. And the Lord say He gonna spew you out of his mouth. Because why? Because you started to follow somebody that was blind, and you know he was blind. You know that ain't right. You done read the scriptures yourself. You done heard from the Isupk yourself. But you chose rather not to follow the Isupk. You rather follow pastor such and such, elder such and such, bishop such and such. Or you just rather go right ahead and follow some other, you know, fake Israelite camp. You know, the blind lead the blind. You know, now you're all messed up. You know, and that's the best brotherhood you can show somebody that's blind his marvelous light. What you've been taught. You know, a lot of them ain't gonna swallow it, but at least you did your due diligence by teaching. You know, taught them and you don't spread that good word to them. You know, it's up to them. They know they can swallow that old crap they gotta hear every week down. They certainly take 5 minutes or what you have to say to them. You know, a preacher ain't got to take all day talk to a person. You're gonna give them 5 minutes of the word of all this, what you have to do, what you need to do, and that's it. It's up to them if they're gonna listen. You know, it's really up to them. You know, just like you ain't got to talk to your children all day. They know what's up. They see what's going on with you, so they're gonna follow you. You know, but that's the best, brother. You show somebody that's blind. What's real. Because like I said, we've been ever since the days of you know ever since we've been blinded. Our leaders have been blind. They don't want to hear sound doctrine or nothing like that. We just been blind, following after them, and loving it. We know it, and think about it. We know it's wrong. That's why so many of us in Isupk right now, because we know what we was following was wrong. And that's why with the Isupk, when we heard it, we ran to it. We got tired of following that fake mess. We got tired of, being a fool. Yeah, we got tired of being a fool. So we ran to the teachers of Commander General Hunter under his priests and prophets. Because you ever wonder, you ever think back why we there? This is why we there. Because we refuse to be fools anymore under these blind leaders. We want to be children of the Most High. Not just saying it, we living it. Whatever we gotta do, we gotta afflict our bodies and we do it. They all told me, hey, we do it, we suffer that day, or 2 days, or maybe 3 days. We suffer. Every high holiday we have, we celebrate. We ain't worried about celebrating no New Year's, no Valentine's Day, no St. Patrick's Day, no April Fool's Day, no 4th of July, not no Labor Day, none of that. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, we ain't worried about none of that. Because all of it is heathenistic. And anyway, why would you want to celebrate Halloween where that was a Celtic celebration of the Day of the Dead? That's their thing. That wasn't the Most High Power people thing. No, we didn't celebrate stuff like that. Like Thanksgiving, when they came around, they want to celebrate how they murdered a million Native, First Nation people, and cook a turkey on it. After they showed them how to live and survive, and survive the harsh winters, and the blaze of summers. They showed them how to do it, and then for their thanks, they killed them. So who would want to celebrate Thanksgiving in their right mind? The murder of our brothers and sisters of the tribe of Gad and the tribe of Reuben. Who would want to celebrate that holiday? Like I said, it's blind. Our leaders are blind. They still celebrate it. They still celebrate Christmas. Like Christ was born on December 25th, when you can't find nowhere in the Bible where it said he was born. What specific day. But if you read further, you find out he wasn't born in the wintertime. He was born in the spring. Like round about this time. When the grass started getting green, the weather started getting warmer in the new year. The old year when it was cold and stuff. So when those shepherds out there in the cold trying to tend to some sheep. They tend to the sheep wise water. Them sheep, they pretty much, getting ready to have babies and stuff, already pregnant, they getting ready to, they carrying babies. So, they huddled up. So you gotta watch them to around about this time right here. So this is when Christ came. But yet, they want you to believe in a Saint Nicholas, even though it wasn't really a Saint Nicholas, but he was a black man. Gave gifts to the poor. Not like this Saint Nick right here that get up, around about 10 at night to go around the whole world delivering gifts to all the children, which is a fairy tale because I ain't never seen them. I was a child once. I ain't never seen them. Then I found out as I got older, there was no such thing as Santa Claus. Your mom and daddy is Santa Claus. They the one buying all them gifts. They the one adding to their charge accounts, putting stuff on layaway, maxing out their credit cards just to get you have you a Christmas with something they should do anyway. Because they don't have nothing to do with the Most High power. That has nothing to do with Yahweh Shabbat. That has nothing to do with them at all. But anyway, let's get off into it. I'm just rambling on. Y'all forgive me. It just you get back from a holy convocation, you answer all kind of crazy questions. And it's not for people you don't know, it's people from your own household. It's your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt, your cousins, your in-laws. They don't understand it. Because you chose the right path, not kept following what they was doing. And they trying to understand what drives you to do that. What drives you to follow these holy holidays? What drives you to listen to the Commander Junior Hunter and his 6 generals, his captains, his officers? What drives you to listen to them? And they can't understand it. What drives you to listen to that jive talking preacher? What drives you to do that? Why you asking what drives me to do right? What drives you to do wrong? And you know it's wrong. You don't even do it. You don't even listen to everything he has to say because it's a bunch of BS. So you don't even do it. So with that, we're gonna go to Lamentations 2 and 14. So you got to watch it. So you don't never have to worry about nobody that's outside your family asking you why you following this and that. No, it's right in your own household. As soon as I got back, my mom asking me about this and that, this and this and that, with a sanctified Holy Ghost filled with fire and all that. That's about mom, so I can talk about my own mom. But even though she don't even know the truth, and she been in it for 60 years, way before I was born. But she's led by the blind. And now that I became an officer and a priest, she won't hear me. Because that contradicts with what she was taught. This is not necessary. That's not necessary. That's not necessary. Dog, getting up, that's it. Dog, ever since you can't move around and jump and shot and dance and all that, I said that wasn't necessary. Now that you can't do it, it ain't necessary because you got arthritis and all that. You can't move like that no more. But there's still, in Lamentations 2 and 14, and it reads, thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity. See, them prophets, they done seen vain thing, nothing. And they ain't discovered your sin, the things you've been doing wrong. No, they can't, they can't see that because they blind. They don't follow the Most High power. They follow their own lust. They got their own doctrine. There's did more people in anything is doctrine. That's why so many people leave one church and go to another because of doctrine. Rule far as no doctrine, that's rules and regulations of any church. They doctrine. Say to turn away thy captivity, but they have seen thee false burdens and causes of banishment. So they don't see, they say that they don't turn away your captivity. Just think, like people like to say, that we the chosen people. Why are we in the case we in? Why we have black on black crime? 12 tribe crime or 12 tribe crime. Why are we so poor? Why every kind of secret disease is going on, we have. And Deuteronomy 16 will tell you that. That's why the people that's off in Israel right now do not fit the scriptures. We fit those scriptures. That's why they can never be the true people of the Most High. We are, because we fit the scriptures. We the one going through all the hardship. Our people are the one that's blind. All they people follow the same religion. So how do they fit the scriptures? All they people follow the same thing, and everything. So how do they fit the scriptures when ours are lost sheep? We fit those scriptures. Those scriptures apply to us. That's who those scriptures apply to. But you rather have it, that the Yiddish people, the people from Poland, that they are God chosen people, which they are not. They're gonna be God chosen to be punished for perpetrating a fraud, for stealing the identity that wasn't theirs. And then backing up with a Babylonian Talmud. Something made out of Christianity and paganism. And call it Judaism. Like we don't know your history just like you know ours. Hey, we study too. Mr. Israel. Yeah, just like you know our history, we know your history too. You ain't hid. We know who you are, just like you know who we is. We know who you are too. And the Most High coming back to punish you for what you did to us back in, back in antiquity. We was coming through the lands. Amalek. Just to call you by your biblical name. Yes, you got a punishment coming. And it's not going to stay matter of fact, all the nations have a punishment coming. But the Edomites are the ones that cannot be saved. The rest of them, go get a stay. They going to get a stay. But the Edomites, no, they out of here. They cancel. They cancel. They done did too much. Not only have you stolen our identity, you stolen our culture. Anything we come up with, you stole it. Any invention we ever came up with, you stole it. Any art form we ever came up for as music, dance, anything, you stole. and you're going to be punished for that. We're going to go to Isaiah 56 and 10. Go to verse 12. Isaiah 56 and 10, verse 12. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving to slumber. Verse 11. Hold on, before we even get to that, don't know that sound like your basic, everyday, Holy Ghost filled with fire, long road man preacher you see every Sunday? No, not that you ain't even got to go to church these days. You just turn on the TV and accidentally run up on them. They got the choir singing, and that's what love a lot of people, a good song. That just love them right in. That choir was just so beautiful. It just touched my spirit. Man, get off of it. It touch your spirit so bad, it make you run from it. Like, man, what kind of witchcraft is that? Somebody can say to me, and it got me feeling this way, but yet, as I read the scriptures, that's wrong. So that's the problem with most people. They read those scriptures, but they close their eyes to the scriptures. Oh no, it don't mean that. They call their pastor, their bishop, or whatever. No, you taking it out of context. No, when you already know, and when you ought to get off the phone and call call the number with isupk.com. Somebody will direct you and talk to you. That's what you need to be doing. It's time out for playing. It's time out for playing. Verse 11. Yea, there are greedy dogs which can never have enough. Okay. Everybody know that. Sow a seed. A seed you've been sowing for 40 years and you ain't seen that happen yet. That building fund, the church's daycare fund, and daycare ain't been built yet. Doorknob ain't been put on the building yet, and yet that seed you been sowing since 1974 ain't came to fruition yet. All your children died except for one, but yet you've been sowing the seed for all these years. That's what they taught. I was there as a youngster. I was there watching every week. I had to be in church. Back then, you had church every day. You didn't have a day off for church back in the days. Now they have church every Wednesday and every Sunday. Back then, you had church Sunday through Sunday. And you think them people changed, was holy and all that? No, they was more holy back then. That's why they stopped having church every day because it wasn't doing no good. The preacher was getting tired doing all that preaching and hollering and sweating and all that, sweating all his vitamins and all that. I'd say, yeah, he just say, I just have church on 2 days a week. Get these folks. I ain't gonna preach my butt out to these folks. They ain't want to act right. Because you're not right. How can you expect somebody? They following you. You just perpetrate the fraud, and they perpetrate right along with you. The kids in your whole household ain't right. So how do you expect to be put somebody else in order? Your daughters are hoes. Your sons are gay. And the biggest drug dealers they is, your own household is not in order, but you bishop such and such, but yet you try to lead someone else? How can you do that when your own household is not in order. And the same thing goes on that went on back then when I was young, all the way up till I'm old now. It still goes on. They want to teach you how to do everything, but yet their own household ain't in order. Their old kids leaving home doing this and doing that. But they want to tell you what to do. But yet their own children don't even listen to them. We just finished off. And they are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way. Everyone for his gain, for his quarter. Yeah, we want to get that almighty dollar. They want to say, yeah, come up here and sow this seed for the Most High. Sow the seed for the Most High, for the Most High can bless you. No, it's blessing him. He the one finna have a new car, another house on the other side of town that you'll probably never know he has. And like on our way back, we saw plenty of mega churches. So they probably got planes, probably got plenty of property somewhere, that's the blind leading the blind. And they love being blind. I hate to tell you that. People love being blind. They mean that's less than they got to do. They mean they can still do the same old trash and stuff that they love to do, and nobody says nothing because they gave. They put something in the kitty, so they ain't got to worry about hearing nothing about how they messing with sister such and such, brother such and such. Why? Because they got a blind leader who turns a blind eye to it. Verse 12. Come ye, say thee, I will fetch wine. We will fill ourselves with strong drink. And tomorrow shall be as this day and much more abundant. So that's all they want to do, have a party. They don't want to go through nothing. Every day gotta be a party. It ain't nothing. They ain't gotta stop doing this. They ain't gotta stop chasing after women. They ain't gotta stop being drunks. They ain't gotta stop being dope addicts. They ain't gotta stop doing nothing. They can do whatever they want to do. They can do whatever they want to do. Long as they doing what pastor says. Pastors don't say nothing about you messing with that woman. Then there's nothing. He don't say nothing about you. He might do a little thing on that church, about drug use or whatever. It don't apply to you. It don't apply to you because you giving. It applies to those that's not giving. Those who not putting nothing in the kitty. If you ain't putting nothing in the kitty, he's pushing down on you every time there's a service. Until he can convict you to put something off in there. Make his pockets fat. Make him rich. Getting his, only thing he worry about getting his own gain. He gets you to do that, which he always gets you to do. You his boy. Yeah, you put something in, You may ask for a little money, Yeah, he may give you a little bit. It ain't gonna be much. Don't expect much. And then if you do, you're gonna have to pay that back. Ask something for Cabana Junior Hunter. Ask something from your captain. Ask something for your officer. 5,000. You don't owe nothing back. Yeah, if you need this, here, take care of whatever business you got to take care of. So that's what differentiate the ISUPK from any other organization that's out there. When they give you something, you don't owe anything back. They give it because they love you. They give it because they want to see you at that Passover. If you got your car broke down, they're gonna give it to you because they want to see you at camp, or at class. The Isupk do that because they actually love their people. Because church, they don't love their people. They don't love their people whatsoever. They don't love their people whatsoever. They don't care. Don't ask for nothing. Because I hate your feelings to get hurt. But learn. Start following these law, statutes, commandments, and you can learn something. Follow that crazy cousin you got that's off in that cult, as you claim. And you can learn something. You can learn something about love, something about brotherhood and sisterhood, something about following orders, other than some orders some freak to engage you to follow. Some pedophile, somebody that's supposed to be your leader, but he off into every foul little mess that you can name. That's what you need. That's what you need to practice on. Get up out of that and start following that crazy cousin or son you got that's off in that coat, and change your life around. That's what you need to be doing. Because that coat go save your life. That coat go teach you the true meaning of the Most High, who He is. He is the Most High, just like we say He is. You always say, Jesus Christ or Yahweh Shai Mashiach is the, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Won't you act like? You say He King of Kings, Lord of Lords, but you don't even act like. You treat Him just like He, minister such and such. When He the King of Kings and Lords of Lords, He gonna deliver us out of this place. There will be a third world war. Donald Trump will be back in office to lead us into the third world war. You think the Edomites ain't gonna put Donald Trump back in? Don't you think they hate to not be able to have someone call you a nigga or a spick or a wetback? Get you out of this country. Or if you ain't got the right papers, don't you think they missed that? They missed Donald Trump. And Donald Trump was doing all the things that, the per se, representative or congressman wouldn't do because of his constituents, but they found somebody to do it for them. So they wouldn't have to do it. They just backed them silently. And got our Iskarite brothers out of here. Got our Ephraimite brothers out of here. Still got our brothers and sisters off in the barrios and reservations living like hell. Our brothers and sisters off in the ghetto living like hell. We living like hell right now because of, our blind leaders, who backed Donald Trump. I'll never forget this show, or one of the general shows, how he came to a black church and they was backing Donald Trump. And he got on Donald Trump doing some I don't know what it was, some religious type thing where he mocked Donald Trump. I don't care what nobody say. Look like he humped Donald Trump. Blessing him. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it, but they let you know your own people. They do not love you. They rather follow the oppressor than to love you. Like I said, our leaders are blind. Always been blind. But we're gonna go to Proverbs. Let me see, 29 and 12, let's say think about it, I know you get asked a lot of questions, probably on your job, whether you just walking somewhere, like I said, most of it be from your own family if it's like me. What are you doing? Why is you doing like that? Why is you dressed like that? What do that shirt mean? Why is you in them boots? What's that on your head? What's that across your neck? What do that mean? Y'all gotta do all that to be all that? I said, this who we are. That's our lifestyle. That's how we rock. So what? I got a tree across my neck, and what? I'm less holy than you? No, I'm more holy than you because I actually follow this. I live by this. You just wear it to be wearing it and don't live none of it. You just do it to be seen, to make it look, for people can say, oh, she's really holy. Oh, he's really holy. When they no holier than anything. They're no holier than anything. The same way they was last year, they are this year. Same way it was yesterday, they are today. And no change. They don't follow the law, statutes, commandments. They don't believe in the law, statutes, commandments. They don't believe in that at all. And if we go to Proverbs 29 and 12. And it reads, if a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. So how do you know? If a ruler is wicked, so is the servants. If a pastor is wicked, so is the members. I mean, that's just straightforward. Why you think, we be hollering at the 4 winds when we out there at camp screaming, you have, our own people, let's put aside the Edomites for a minute. Our own people would be the one to sit there saying, y'all preaching hate. God loves everybody. God don't see no color. That's coming from our own 12 tribes. So, and then most of them be pastors. So if he wicked, so is his members. If he don't want to hear the truth, neither do they. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it either. Let's go to verse 13. The poor and the deceitful man meet together. The Lord lighten both their eyes. So they're just like us. The poor and deceitful man meet together. The Lord lighten both of their eyes. The Lord going to open the book. But what can you do when you're wicked? And your congregation, you do the major congregation wicked right along with you. That's why I love Commander General Hunter. Because he did something that Christian pastor, that Church of God in Christ pastor could never do. Get me to listen. Get me to tune in the class. Get me to put those cigarettes down. Get me to put that weed down. Stop messing with all those women. Straighten up my life. That was something they could never do. Never even met General Holler to give him a dap or whatever. But as far as went, these people I knew all my life, and they couldn't get me to turn around. He put his soldiers, General Hunter put his soldiers out there, and they got me to turn around. And that's something that those Christian preachers can't do. That's why they hate the Isupk. Because they see the lies that they turning around. They know who you are. They know every member that's off in there. The government do. You know, the people that matter that do, you know, they got the power do. They know every member. And they say, like, hey, they were part of this church, that church. No, they didn't doing all this, all that. Now they with the Isupk, they ain't doing none of that. They need to be stopped. You can't stop what the Lord has deemed holy. You can't stop that. You cannot stop it. You can say this, that, and the third. The Isupk is the home of the truth. As far as that Christian church, Pentecostal church, apostolic church, Church of God in Christ, Pentecostal, Baptist church, all of it is a den of sin. That's all it is. That's all it is. And you will not learn nothing. You will not be enlightened. You will nothing happen for you that's going to change your life and make you follow the Most High. It's going to turn you from the Most High. But follow what you will. You're gonna learn. You gonna learn because the Most High, it's game time. He tired of playing with you. I should been out here since 1969. We are in the midst of a third world war. He done put out the COVID-19 vaccine for the Third World War came in. And you still not listening? You rather, believe that they gonna come up with some miracle cure. No, this is like the plagues of Egypt. That's just one of them. We done had 3 or 4 barons. And yet they ain't found a cure yet. But hey, that's you. Okay? As far as me, like I don't have a house yet, but far as just me, we're gonna follow the Most High. We're gonna follow Commander General Hanna and the Isupk. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause I tried the rest, and the rest is not nothing. Only thing you gonna do, find yourself in more mess than you can have in the Most High fury come upon you because you refuse to listen to the true priests and prophets of the Most High. That's all you gonna have happen to you. Because, they say, hey, my load is lighter. Why you gotta listen to them? All you gotta do is this. All you gotta do is that. You ain't gotta do all that what they want. And you got some fools that listen to it and go right to it. Now me, I'd rather have my burden hard. I'd rather have my flesh afflicted. Because I done been through that. And I know it ain't about nothing. I'd rather go through the straight gate. Go through a gate that's real narrow. I got to turn sideways to get through there. But I stay straight on the path. As far as there's wide. Everybody walk through that. So think about what you want, No, I already know what the ISUK want. And if you're in the ISUK and you got the can't help us and all that, then it's time to get together. Because the Mohawk is not playing. You got the best leader in the world, along with the people that's under him. You have the best in the world. There's nothing like it. You know, and what I love so much about the Passover, how the general stepped down upon high and came down and mingled with the common. Us lowly folks, us officer 50s, us troopers, us sisters, people new to the Passover, they came down and talked like hey, we just like y'all, we regular people just like y'all. Now, unlike that pastor, you can't hardly talk to because there's 3,000 people trying to talk to him. You got to set up a date or something. No, Commander Junior Hunter came down and talked to everybody. Captain Makayala came down. Captain, Mahami, Captain Kathunderbar, Captain Shalawamal, General Q, even if I'm saying anything out of order, but you know who I mean. All the generals came down among us people that's off in the trenches, doing our job. Came down and spoke to us. You can't get that in the Christian church. Can't even get the Pope to do that. But General Yohana did that. And the 6 generals. They did that. To let us know, hey, we love you. We came exactly from where you came from. We know what you're going through. Hey, we right here with you to guide you up out of that life. And that's kind of people, that's kind of people I love who don't think they so much that they forget where they come from. We was all alike at one time. And they remembered that. Like I said, this Passover was so great, Oh man, we was up in Cocoa, Florida, Oh wow, that was a time, Beautiful time. I look forward for the next one, We can go to Matthew 10 and 34. And this goes to show further how blind the leaders are. This is Christ speaking. Matthew 10 and 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth, but let them tell it. Oh, when Christ come back, it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be beautiful. When he come back. Man, when he come back, let's go read. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Verse 35. For I come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foe shall be they of his own household. Verse 37. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. And he that findeth his life shall lose it. And he that loses his life for my sake shall find it. Start right there. To let you know. The biggest problem you're going to have is not outside your home. It's going to be right in your home. I know they say the unbeliever husband, is saved through the, belief of the wife, and the unbelieving, wife is saved by the husband, all that old jazz. But look at the mess you're gonna have to go through before you get there. Christ said he ain't come to make peace treaties. He ain't come to make no peace treaty. It's gonna be hell. He come to set a variance. He come to say, son against father, mother against daughter, father-in-law against son-in-law, daughter-in-law against mother-in-law, brother against sister, sister against brother. All that. That's what he came to do. No, ain't gonna be no kumbaya, my lord. Kumbaya. No, ain't gonna be none of that. No, ain't gonna be no great American melting pot. No, ain't gonna be none of that. If you ain't gonna be able to get along, what makes you think somebody from another nation, the nation is different from you, y'all gonna get along? You're not. You're gonna be against each other. That's what Christ came to say he came to do. When he come back, that's what he coming to do. He ain't come to set no order for y'all. He come to bring a soul. He coming to kill the unrighteous. He come to if you've been hearing these scriptures, but yet you came not, but when Christ come back, you will be the royal pooper scooper. You will be the street sweeper. Because that's what you chose for yourself. Because you decided to follow Pastor Pochop. You ain't want to give up that pork. You ain't want to give up that hog maw, that pig feet, that shrimp, that crab, that lobster. And all the foods you love from different countries, that's unlawful. You ain't want to give none of that up. That's why Christ say he come back to saying division. He come back to say division. Don't look, for everything to be okay, because it's not. You say, you got me messed up. Like they said, when Christ come back, it's gonna be peace. Like they can't wait till Christ come back. Then it's gonna be food when he come back. Cause he said, yeah, you know the scriptures, or you supposed to know the scriptures. He said, I told you when I come back not seeing peace. I'll let you know that off the top. I came back to not seeing peace. Who told you that lie? My pastor. Well, hey, you fool. Why you ain't read the scriptures yourself? Yeah. So that's what Christ came to do. He come saying peace. And we're gonna go to Luke 12:51. Like I said, what makes you think after all what you done did to 12 tribes that he come to saying peace? For a nation that he came not to save. Or if you are the other 12 tribes, and you ain't been living by the law, statutes, and commandments, that he came to send peace off in your house. And if you are living by the law, statutes, commandments, hey, your house gonna be even more broke, because they're gonna be like, hey, we ain't following that. And they're gonna have a big surprise on that day. Why you don't come over no more? Why you don't do this? Hey, you do your thing, I'm doing my thing. No. Do it mean I don't love you? No, it don't mean that. But you made a choice and I made a choice. I made the choice to follow the Most High and follow these laws, statutes, commandments. You made a choice not to. So I can't be with you. Luke 12 and 51. We'll go to 53. Suppose ye that I have come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. So, there's another precept for that. Matthew 10 and 30. What is it? Matthew 10 and 34. For from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2, 2 against 3. Verse 53. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, and the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, and the mother-in-law against the daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. So that's what Christ said he come to do, case, there's 2 scriptures to let you know he ain't come to see everybody hand in hand, join hand in hand. Kumbaya. No, he come to say division off in the houses that you live in, to bury your family. Forget the other nations. This is going to be division in your own household. Just like it is now. There's division in your own household because they don't want to, a lot of them don't want to follow the truth. They want to still follow Pastor Pochop. They want to still be able to eat pork, bacon, and all that. While you follow these laws, statutes, commandments. And did away with the pork. Did away, won't eat bacon no more. Won't eat catfish no more. Won't eat shrimp, crab, and lobster no more. They look at you like you're crazy. No, you follow these laws, statutes, commandments. You ain't crazy. Don't make them make you feel bad because you follow the Most High. Those who are not strong enough, don't make them make you feel bad because you follow the Most High, because you're doing the best thing that you can do. Because the end of days is coming closer and closer. It may not say it like it, but it's coming. And like I said, the Most High say he gonna come as a thief in the night. And you never know when a thief coming. You never know. It ain't like he finna leave a billboard outside. Hey, when you go on to such and such, I'm coming. No, you never know. You could be next door. He done came hit your house. And you weren't nowhere but next door. You have to be gone for a thief to get you. And we're going to go to Matthew. You see 6 and 24. Like I said, you better learn, hey, Most High is all power. He ain't got to tell you when he comes. And he don't want you to know he's coming. All he did, he laid out his law, statute, command, told you to follow him, and that's what he expected you to do. And he chose not to do. And when he comes and he finds that you not following him, expect punishment. Expect to be the raw toilet cleaner. Because you didn't want to follow the Most High. Let's see, Matthew 6 and 24. Matthew 6 and 24, and it reads, no man can serve 2 masters. Now ain't somebody that can serve 2 people. Now, I'm waiting. I want to hear this. Now ain't somebody that can serve 2 people. Genuinely. Let me put the add that on. Genuinely, you serve both of them the same. You know, no man can serve two masters, but either he will hate the one and love the other. But these blind Christian leaders love to throw that scripture off in your face, but yet don't teach you to turn from your evil ways. Still got you out there not following the law, statutes, commandments. You know, that's what that's your blind leader for you. He'll tell you that scripture, but yet don't teach you to follow that scripture. Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. No, you can't serve God and mammon. Yeah, you cannot. But like I said, these like I said, Jerry Howard will teach you that. You cannot serve two masters. You're gonna love one and hate the other. You're gonna love the one that teaches you to follow these laws, statutes, commandments, and hate the one that's not teaching you to break every law, statutes, commandment there is, or you gonna hate the one that teaches you to do right and love the one that teaches you to do wrong. You're gonna love one of the other. You're gonna love one of the other. But yet, you're gonna always have that shuck and jive preacher that's gonna teach you, they ain't what that mean. He'll preach on it. One day when he trying to get some money, he gonna come hard on it. Oh, you can't love two masters. You gonna either love one or hate the other. He gonna come with that old jive with you. That's the only time you gonna hear that verse when he trying, that mortgage need paying. He a little low, and he just trying to draw some money out you. Have your soul afflicted. That's the only time you gonna hear that. But he ain't gonna teach you how to serve, serve the one true power. He ain't gonna teach you that. He gonna teach you he the power. He the mediator between, instead of Christ being the mediator between you and God, he the mediator. That's what they teach. How you know I was there? They teach they the mediator. You could tell them they talk to God. Who the hell is they? They can't control their own household. Their own kids bad as hell. But you a mediator? No, you ain't mediating nothing. But that's what they have you believe. That they so righteous, they don't want to quarrel with the Most High God. He listens to them. Well, he ain't even hearing them. He ain't hearing them at all. Like, who this fool think I am? Don't you know I see in all the dark places? Don't you think you say, well, hey, nobody sees me? I see you committing sin, speaking heresies, speaking blasphemies. I hear all that. The Most High hears all of it. But he wants you to believe that he's your mediator between him and the Most High. Well, he ain't no mediator. He a mediator, but he ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. And we're going to go to Matthew 13:13. He ain't no mediator. Listen to me, you Christians out there. Your pastor is not no mediator between you and the Most High. He is not. Only Christ is. Only Christ. He is not no mediator for nothing. You can't tell him, man, could you pray for me and that you do? No, pray for yourself. Start following these laws, statutes, commandments that you've been hearing come down since 1969, but you refuse to listen to because you want to live your life the way you want to. Last time, now you know you can't live your life like that. The Most High is coming back. He's sending Christ back. And Christ coming for heads. I get an order, hey, off with your head and it's gone. I'm not thinking twice about it. I'm not thinking twice about it. You out of here. Because you was the wicked of the wickedest. You knew the truth, but decided not to follow the truth. You rather be evil, wicked, mean, and nasty. Instead of being holy, showing brotherhood, showing a sister how to be a real woman. But yet you want to make a hoe out of them. Defame them. It's for your own wicked lust. And like I said, Christ said he coming back. Hey, I ain't coming back to be buddy with y'all. I came back to stir up all kind of mess. Go to Matthew 13, verse 13. Yeah, Christ said, I come to stir up all kind of mess. I ain't coming by y'all with you. He may come by. He gonna come by kicking with the ISUPK. See how we roll, and y'all still doing what you're supposed to do. Okay, yeah, solid. For as y'all that start to follow that the Islam, Christianity, Roman Catholicism, Buddhism, Scientology, Egyptology. Oh, most high gonna finna deal with you. He finna deal with you. Go to Matthew 13, verse 13. Therefore, speak I, this Christ speaking, therefore speak I to them in parables, because seeing, see not, and hearing, they hear not, neither do they understand. Verse 14. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which say, by hearing you shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing you shall see, and shall not perceive. That's why a lot of times Christ spoke in parables. Because the unbelieving wasn't going to hear anyway. Even if he could have spoken in plain English, but they understand. But even though the prophet, he was quoting the prophet Isaiah. They gonna hear, but they ain't gonna understand it. You can show them, they ain't gonna see it. So that's why he spoke the parable. But for one, because he always had the Sadducees and Pharisees all on his back, so he had to speak in parables, for they couldn't understand. Because they was sought to kill Christ. And like everybody like to say how Christ was this good, loving, cheerful guy. How many cheerful guys get killed the way Christ got killed? Christ was a straight up G. Christ had the Sadducees and Pharisees coming to him, asking them all kind of questions. Because they hear, but they heard not. So they had to come to him for him to break it down to them before they could understand. And they still didn't understand. That's why they sought to kill him, because the people that did understand started listening to him. And they say, hey, we can't lose our place. You know, rather than one man die, but we can survive. And that's why Christ died, because they didn't want to lose their power with the Romans, which eventually, which he spoke for the prophet Isaiah, you know, through you know, when the fall, you know, the fall of Jerusalem in 70, you know, AD. He prophesied, you know, just like Isaiah prophesied, Christ also prophesied, you know, saying the same thing to him. You know, when you know you see the cities compassed with Roman armies, know that, you know, the desolation of Judea is here. That's spoken by the prophet Isaiah. Like Christ, they come with no new doctrine, like your Christian pastor love to tell you, you know, the Christ, you know, the laws, statutes, commandment was hung on the Christ cross. No, it wasn't. While Christ walked this earth, he followed the law. The people that came back across, Paul, Peter, and all of them, they followed the law, statutes, commandments. So quit teaching that lie. We follow the law, statutes, commandments. So how is they done away with? When we doing it here now in 2022, follow these law, statutes, commandments, because they was never done away with. Never. But you teaching that lie to your congregation. War to you. And war means destruction. War to you Christian pastors. The teaching the law is done away with. And ISUPK under Commander General been doing this ever since before him. When he took power, you know, not took power, but power was given unto him. And he teaching us to do the same thing. He ain't deviated from the path none. Follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Get your life right. That's what he teaches. He don't teach to go off, you know, you can do this and you can do that. No, you can't do this. You can't do that. This is what you do. This is what you do not do. That's what he teaches us. So while you teaching your congregation, hey, the law, statute, commandment, you know, it's done away with, you fool. You's a fool to ever speak that way and call yourself a man of God. You know, you's a big fool. How can you say use a man of the most high power, but you teaches that the law, statutes, commandments, you can't find nowhere in this Bible that the law, statutes, commandments was ever done away with. Let's go to Matthew 15 and 14. In Matthew 15 and 14, it reads, you know, and this Christ said, let them alone. They be blind leaders of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into the ditch. And that's all that's been happening ever since I've been born. Watch the blind lead the blind into the ditch. I got tired of going in that ditch. Something else. This doesn't happen, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen, that doesn't happen. I got tired. So I'm too old for this. There got to be something. And that's why I say, thank the Most High for being something like YouTube. Being up at 2, 3 in the morning one night and catching the whole show of the ISUPK. Probably like, no, it wasn't a whole show, probably like 6 months. That's when I first read into, Captain Zar, y'all. They had this show called Hebrew Vibes, And that's what my journey began right there. It took me a while to come in because they say come as you are, but I couldn't come as like I was. I couldn't because I didn't want to come. And that's be the problem with a lot of people. They come when they don't want to come. When I got ready to come in, By the time I came in, I was through hoeing, smoking, everything when I came in. Because I didn't want to be giving my leaders no excuses. I've been listening to y'all for years. Here I am now. I done cleaned myself up. Well, with a better term, y'all helped me clean myself up. Because a preacher could never do. What y'all did in a few years, they couldn't do in my lifetime. This is what the Isupk did for me. And that's what it did for a lot of other people. The Christian church couldn't make them do right, but the Isupk could in a short period of time. Because the Isupk make you fear the Most High. Yeah, they don't make you fear them. They make you feel the wrath of the Most High. They make you look at yourself. Is that right? Are you living right? Yeah, they make you look at yourself. Big time. They really make you look at yourself and say, hey, come on now. You think you don't read some scriptures, so you think the Most High really approve of that? Make you really look at yourself. Think about what you are doing, how you are living. If the Most High was to come back right now, you think he gonna take you in you think you go inherit the kingdom? You gonna get the kingdom, but you're gonna be picking up poop all day long because you chose not to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Or you was a blasphemer. You rather love those other nations than to love your own. That's for another time I get into as far as loving the other nations. I have something for that, but I just didn't have it tonight. But we're gonna go to Job 21, 13 and 14. Let's think about the other nations. Like I had cousins that had babies by Edomites. I never have. Because even though you can make some beautiful children with them, but that was something I just never could see myself doing because my mother taught me against it. She said, "Do not bring me no white baby." So she made that clear. Do not bring me no white baby. I don't care. I do not care. That was one of the main rules of the house. Do not bring her no white grandchildren. And I taught the same to my children. Whether they follow, I don't know. Whether they do what I say, hey, I don't know. I'm just father. The mother thought they could be mother and father. And now that the kids are grown, could you tell them this? Could you tell them that? Well, it was 20 years ago. Right here. And you didn't want me to be a father. You thought somebody else could do my job better than I could. But now you calling me now. Because they girls gone wild. They off in college doing what? Who knows what? I can't do nothing. You stripped me of my powers. Child don't want to listen to me. I'm just a sperm donor. Let you call it. So why don't you leave the sperm donor alone? Whatever that girl decides to do, that's her. She will come to me and she won't talk to me. But this is how a lot of people would treat you. You had children by. This is why you have to be careful who you have children by, man. Me, I made a lot of mistakes on who I had children by and paid the ultimate price of it. I didn't get to raise I had 6 legal. Legal is, no matter where I go, that child is mine, whatever. No DNA test, all that kind of mess and all that stuff. I ain't get to raise nothing but one. They get to raise my girls. Got one little boy off in CPS. Like I said, you have to be careful. Because you never know what surprises, what's coming, when you out there living that life, what punishment coming your way. And I learned. I learned. I'm going to go Joel 21:13. They spend their days in wealth, and in a moment go down to the grave. Verse 14. Therefore they say unto God, depart from us, for we desire not the knowledge of thy ways. And see that's everybody that's not in the truth. They don't want to hear, these laws, statutes, commandments. They don't want to hear the Most High says this, the Most High says that. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear, that you can't celebrate Christmas. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear the law, statutes, commandments are still here. They never disappeared. They don't want to hear Proverbs. What's that? Proverbs 16:23 or 16:27. You put the fire to your lips. They don't want to hear nothing about no smoking. That's bad for you. It's a sin. They don't want to hear that. The part of me, I ain't trying to hear that. They don't want to hear nothing that the Most High has to say. Or his messages. They ain't not trying to hear that. They want to be wicked, evil, mean, like I say, wicked, evil, mean, and nasty. And they can take you down with them, they'll do it too. That's why I say, for the ISPK under Commander Junior Hunter. I think the Most High watch across the line one day and just heard somebody from Louisiana, call in and ask for the number, and I just happened to write it down. You call priest officer 5,000 Matterbar. First thing he asked me, hey, was you the one that called in last night? I said, no, sir, I wasn't, but I was listening. And he took me in and loved me. Showed me how to walk this walk. So along with the brothers up under him. He showed me how to do this. And I'm glad to be here, anywhere else. That's the thing about the Isupk. They teach you brotherhood. These brothers, when they say they love you, they love you. Ain't none of that fake love. Ain't none of that fair weather friend type stuff going on in the Isupk. Is straight up love. And if there's a fair weather friend stuff, it's going to be corrected. It's either all the way or no way. Let me see. That's what I love about this truth. I love the truth. Because it teaches you. Then it makes you feel good about yourself. Because you're doing what the Most High says to do. Other than, what some pastor that through his benevolence and ignorance teaches you to do. That's why I say, like what I tell you, that's why Revelation 18:4 say, come up out of her, for you be not partaker of her plagues. Come up out of that Christian church. Come up out of the world. Because when these plagues come, you do not want to be partakers of it. You don't want no part of that when the Most High get ready to rain down. Think about, okay, Passover, just so I know plenty of people watch the Ten Commandments, even though that story was told as a lie and put white people instead of black people, to 12 tribe people, black and brown people. It was white people. But, the story was told how when the Most High chooses his children, how he defends them. Do you want to be on the other side like the Egyptian was? The Egyptian basically kicked them out of Egypt. Get the hell up out of here, man. I don't want no more of your plagues, your frogs, your lice. My firstborn dying. Get the hell up out of here. Get you. No, you don't want to be on the wrong end of the Most High. Now we're going to Lamentations chapter 4, verse 17. You got to remember that, you just watch the Ten Commandments, even though, it was a false story with false people. But you can't know they was black and brown people. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. All 12 tribes. And they was not white. Let me just clear that up right quick before I even go into this. Do you think back then, before they had, global warming and all that stuff, ozone layer, that a white man could live in a white person could live in a balding sun? They can't even take the little sun they got now without some type of sunscreen. They lived in caves back then. They was cave dwellers. This what term caveman come from them. Not us. They was cavemen. Because they had no melanin in them. Yeah, they ain't had no melanin in them, the get out them caves to be in that sun. Why you think today, just living in Israel, they dying of skin cancer? Because they had no melanin in them. You gotta have melanin to deal with this sun. Like I said, they say they the children of the Most High. They're not. They know they, and this thing about it, they know they're not. Let's not get it twisted. Even they know they're not. But they just reaping the benefits because of what we didn't do in Deuteronomy 28:16. We did not follow the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, and we were punished for it. We became the tail, and they became the head. That goes all the way through the 28th chapter of Deuteronomy. That's what happened. If you ever get time, read that chapter, but you can see what happened. If you ever want to know that's the chapter to go to find out what happened to your position. And if you're supposed to be, the chosen children of God, you lost it because you did two things. Deuteronomy 7:3, it tell you don't take your sons to their daughters, your daughters to their sons, your sons to their daughters. And goes the verse 4, because they're gonna turn their heart for serving me, and that's exactly what happened. You broke two laws. The second law was the most important, when you start serving their gods and not serving your own God. That's the one that did it. Okay, it was bad enough you blended with that you made it with the other nations. But when you stop, when you don't follow the Most High and follow after another God, that put a smoke in his nose. You talking about wrath beyond wrath. He is a jealous God. Like they say, there's Exodus 15:3 said, I the Most High is a man of war. I am Lord, hey, he ain't playing. Whatever whatever he say, it's going down. We're gonna go to let me see, what is that? Lamentations 4:17. Okay, yeah, that's what it really was. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. Yeah. So we watched for a nation that could not save us. So that's, you go to messing with the other nations, and that nation could not save us, And you go to verse 18, that hunt our steps, that we cannot go into our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. So, that's about the other nations. Like you said, they was going over last night, how General Hahn was telling, back in his youth, how, cops was, before cameras and, no GPS or any other technology. Even I could tell that story. They was beating the hell out of us, them cops. They was beating the hell out of me. Every chance they got. I come from a small town. I go into a bigger city. Get stopped by the police. It's all. They was carrying nightsticks back then, and they played bombado on my butt. That's why I'm around my brothers. We at a certain time I ain't never been to. I can tell, hey man, you might want to slow down through here. They gonna write a big ticket or something else bad that can happen. I can tell them that. Cause I done been all over. Just gonna tell they hunt our steps. Like I said, it always been. Same story, Jenna. I can tell you too. I'm old enough to tell you too about them. Like I said, I came in before technology too. A lot of stuff went unreported. Some of them didn't say nothing about it, just kept it to themselves, said nothing. Everything they tell you, everything be on TV. A lot of stuff don't even make it to TV. A lot of beatings, a lot of police brutality that never make it to TV. So now some stuff make it to TV because now you got cameras everywhere. You got a little business with cameras up on their business on the outside where it's watching it, watching things. Or you may have somebody that's out and you don't see them with a camera filming your butt. That's the only way these cops getting caught now. It's the only way they getting caught now. Because we have technology now. Just think back in the 80s and just back in the 70s, 80s and 90s, you didn't have none of that. If you did have a camera, it was about way big. You had it up on your shoulder. They had them little small little cameras like they got now. No, you had a big video, big old TV station camera back then. Like I say, it was no technology back then. Well, yeah, like I said, thank the Most High for technology to show things that that wasn't getting seen is being seen now. We're going to go to verse 19. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. You're damn right they did. And they still doing. You know, they do that. They do not love you. Why you trying to make peace with them? Why you trying to make marriages with them? They do not love you. No. This thing you got with your she devil. What's she gonna be able to do for you? Them cops pull you over, it's like, when they say, slack for the language, say, nigga, what you doing with that white girl? And they go to playing eight sticks on you with those little sticks they carry now since they took away the nice sticks, or they go to stun you with their stun gun, or even worse, they just shoot you down with their real gun, which they love to do, which they always have love to do. They ain't stopped, They may have a little time where they, where things getting too hot, where they calm down for a minute, but they pick it right back up. It's never long, maybe a day or two. It's going right back at going to killing again. They go to Jeremiah 5:26. You gotta learn like like Moses said, like I said, this is one thing I like about the old movies, quotes, even though there's not the right people playing it, like, who's on the Lord's side? Let them come to me. That's what Moses said to them people. After he come down from the mountain, even though that movie taken out of context and all that junk, did all the thing, but Moses was trying to get those people to follow the Most High. He had just came down, been up there 40 days and 40 nights. Getting the law, statutes, commandments for the people to follow. Just him to come down, they worship a golden calf. The Most High killed off some of them and made them wander around the wilderness for 40 years for everybody of that generation to die off. And nobody made it in except for people that, the only ones that seen the Red Sea open and all the plagues and all that was Joshua and Caleb. So just think how many people died. Let me see, Jeremiah 5:26. And it reads, for among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that set a snares. They set a trap. They catch me. So these are our people. This ain't, he ain't talking about no other nation. Talking about our own people. He talking about you Christian pastor. You set those traps. You set those snares for the people to follow you and not the Most High. You want to be that. You want to call yourself a mediator. I'm saying, he claims he's second to God, not second to Christ. You talk to him, he gonna talk to God for you. Like there's such a thing. What we need Christ for then? If you got him. So he set up all those traps and snares for you. But yet you follow him and yet you know it's wrong. You sit back every night and read your Bible, read the scripture every night, and just think you've been doing that for years. When you done caught up with some of the stuff he done said and know it to be a lie, but yet you choose to still follow him. You need to come into the school, the Isupk on the Command Junior High. If you're willing to follow that, follow this. and get right. You know, is it gonna be even so easy for you? Yeah, if you want it. Because if you don't want it, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hell for you. Straight up hell for you. Because you don't want it in the first place. You rather believe a lie. You know, you rather you rather hear a fairy tale. You know, than what the Most High say. You know, you like them fairy tales. You like to be told the law's done away with. Yeah, you like that. That means, you can do what you want. And there's no law against this. There's no law against that. We know we're finna go to Zechariah 11. Let me see. And 5. No, there's no law against this. I can do what I want. I want that little boy. I want that little girl. You're a monster, man. Because, but you say the law's done away with. You're able to do all those things. No. You could do all the things that the law's done away with. Going to Zechariah, let me see, 11 and 5. Who possess and slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Well, don't that sound like somebody we know? Possess and slay them, hold themselves not guilty. Don't that sound like the Edomite, that the devil, the white man that the Bible speaks of, the oppressor that the Bible speaks of? Don't that sound just like that white sucker? That he is the devil that the Bible speaks of. He is that deceiver. Beat the crap out you and hold himself not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. And they own shepherds. Pity them not. So not even our own shepherds. I said, didn't talk about you Christian pastors. You don't pity us not. You don't even care. You don't care about the flock. Man, you know how love one out of place. Them kind of shepherd we have. We have no lackluster shepherd like you. We have a loving shepherd that love every last one of his sheep. We don't have a weak, no backbone, sinful, lustful shepherd like you. That we got to watch our daughters and sons around. No, I'm glad I'm out of that. Verse 6, for I would no more pity the inhabitants of the land, said the Lord. But lo, I will deliver the men, everyone, into his neighbor's hand, and into the hand of his king, and they shall smite the land, and out of their hand I will not deliver them. So that's, why our leaders so blind. They know these scriptures. They done read these scriptures. But yet, they won't keep you from this. They keep you going right back to the same punishments. They keep you going right back to the same punishment instead of trying to save you from that and because that's not their job. Like the scripture said, there will be many antichrists. And that's all they is. They anti-Christ. They teach everything that's against Christ. You ain't got to look for the Antichrist. You ain't got to look for nobody with a mark in their head, 666. The Antichrist is every time you get up and go to church every morning. That's the Antichrist right there. Because if it would, you wouldn't be going through no mess. Verse 7, and I will feed the flock of slaughter, even you, O poor the flock. And I took unto me 2 staves, The one I called beauty, and the other I called bands, and I fed the flock. So this is what the Most High gonna do. You know, that's that 12 tribes. You know, he gonna feed the 12 tribes. While you Christian pastors, you let these 12 tribes that you got off in your church suffer. You teach them not. But yet you call yourself a wise man. You call yourself a man of God. When you're not either. You're just a man out there making a living. That's a job to you. I remember when I was young, preachers, they used to work and preach. Now they don't even have to work no more. Preaching, having a church now is a business. It's pimping. They pimping they pimping the Bible. They pimping that Bible so much they tell their wives that that's nurses. Hey, you ain't gotta work no more. Take a few weeks off. Hey, this money coming in good. But that's what they do. I mean, just things are just so messed up these days, But you try your best to try to lead them out, but they rather stay where they at. They don't want to hear, they don't want to hear what's good, because they're good. I mean, they gotta quit doing what they want to do. We're gonna go to Psalms chapter 49. We're gonna start at verse 6. You gotta, that's why, if you're in the Isupk, thank the Most High. But like I said, when I came back, I had to answer 1,000 questions. Why you doing this? Why is you dressed like that? What is, why do y'all have to wear that? It ain't about a why. It's it's a lifestyle. It's a custom. This is what we do. This is what the Bible says. This is the Bible. The very Bible you holding in your hand right now. It's off in there. Read it. I know you've read it. I remember back in the day, they used to have a woman wear a skirt all the way down to her ankles. Now, they got the dress all short, tight, showing every curve they got. Nah. See how times have changed, because you got these wicked, lustful pastors now. They always been lustful and wicked, but they hid it a little bit. Now, they all out with it now. They let them do what they want to do. Go on, fulfill every little lustful thing you want. You want. Go ahead, girl, rock that dress. I'm watching. I'm trying not to let my wife see me watching. That's Christianity for you. Psalms 49 verse 6, and it reads, "They that trust in their will and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches." Verse 7, "None of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him." So this would make your leader so blind. They refuse to tell him, you can't even redeem your brother. Because we under these curses. But they let them tell you they can do anything through the Most High. When the Most High don't want you to do nothing, you're not doing anything. Verse 9, verse 8. I think that is, verse 8. "For the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceases forever." Verse 9, "That he shall still live forever and not see corruption." Verse 10, "For he seeth that wise men die, Likewise, the fool and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others. You know, like you know how like some people, they accumulate wealth. They feel like they're gonna take it with them, but hey, anyway, somebody always end up getting it unless they have it buried with them. You know, they're a brutish person. And then you gotta look at what the ISUPK be trying to try to teach us. They'll tell you firsthand. Put not your faith in wealth. Put your faith in the Most High. We got anything geared to Commander Junior Hunter, because he helped people do everything. Even though he don't like nobody blowing his horn or anything like that. He do that because he loves. He ain't like your Christian pastor. You can't ask that. You know what for nothing. You gonna have to pray on it, brother. I might making give you a little tools and fuse, but that's about all I can do for you. You gonna have to pray on the rest of it. This kind of misery, that we left behind. We left our family members behind. We trying to save them out of, but there's no saving them out of that. They're gonna have to walk themselves. They're just gonna have to walk themselves. Cause it ain't, we done tried, we done talked, we done begged, we done pleaded, talked all night, but they still rather be Christians. So let them be Christians. I'm tired of talking. I'm tired of trying to tell somebody, about what they doing, and they say, there's no wrong in what I'm doing. Forget that. I ain't gonna keep doing that. We go to Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12. No, don't think you doing nothing wrong. Like they know they're wrong. Okay, let's go and be adult about this. You know right from wrong by the time you 5, 6 years old. You know when you did something right. You know when you did something wrong. If you had the right parent. And now you fully grown, 40, 50 years old. You know right from wrong. But yet when you hear that right, no, you stop your ears up. No, I don't want to hear no more of that. I don't want to hear nothing about no laws, statutes, commandments, man. I can't eat this. I can't eat that. I don't want to hear that. If I can't do what I want to do, then I don't want to be a part of it. So that's what they do. Ecclesiastes 7:12. So don't keep wasting your breath on them. They want to be sinners. Let them sin. Let them be after you done spoke. I know you're gonna speak more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times. You're gonna speak many times on tune, but let it be a limp, because they know what they're doing. It's not like this is a 6-month-old you talking to that doesn't know. This is not a baby you're talking to. This is a full-grown, rusted, cut sucker that want to be an evil, bastard all his life and don't want to hear no correction. Rather, serve 2 masters. I love this one on this day and love that one on that day. No, you can't, you can't be like that. We're going to Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12 and 13. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellence of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. So it's so good to have wisdom. It's so good to be in this truth because you learn wisdom. You don't learn wisdom in the Christian church. You don't learn that. They don't teach that. They pass all. They'll quote this scripture, but won't teach you how to live this scripture. They teach you to get out there and go. They teach you to go out there and go fish. Man, nobody ain't trying to what? Okay. They may have quit smoking. They may have quit drinking. They may have quit doing a lot of things. But yet, it's a whole lot of other things they still doing that against the law. So what good is that? There's no good at all. You know? Like I said, they tried to get me years ago. I said, hey, man, I had enough of that when I was 16, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm not trying to do it no more. You know, no. I'm not hearing that. You know, I stayed out of church for over 30 years, you know, till I found this truth. You know. Verse 13. Consider the work of the Most High, for who can make that straight which he have made crooked. So how can you make the oppressor straight when the Most High made him to be crooked as somebody with scoliosis of the spine? Can't make him right. He wasn't born to be right. But yet you got these, Christian hoes out here thinking they can make, something straight that is crooked. Because like they say, they thinking, they can be one with the oppressor. The Most High gonna bless them. He tolerate everybody, make, like Deuteronomy 76 say, you are a special and holy people unto the Lord thy God. The oppressor wasn't included in that. Edom wasn't included in that. The Edomites was not included in that. Esau was not included in that. He was left out. Now we're finna go to Romans 6 and 7. That's the thing about it, Everybody, instead of loving their own, they want to love someone else. They won't take that kind of dedication and have it their own and give it to their own. They rather give it to the oppressor. Let me see. Romans 7 and 6. And it reads, knowing this, that our old man is crucified with him, that the body of sin might be destroyed, that henceforth we should not serve sin. That blind sucker won't teach you that for nothing in the world. That old man gotta die. Like the old says, bro, everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to be dead. In other words, everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. They don't want that old man to die, but they want heaven. They still want to be evil, wicked, mean, and nasty, but want a piece of heaven, but don't want to die. No, that old man gotta die. That old woman has to die. That person you used to be cannot no longer exist. It has to die. In verse 7, for he that is dead is free from sin. That way you can be free from sin. You be able to follow these laws, statutes, commandments, and going on about your life, skipping along, you happy. You is happy. Because you know you follow these laws, statutes, commandments. You ever tell somebody else about it, they don't want to hear it, but you still can tell them. You know, then you going on about your way, don't waste the time all day with them, you know. You get in somebody that actually want it. All they want to do is hear it. But you got some people that love to waste your time you talking to them about something they don't want no part of anyway. They love being Christians. They love being Islam. I mean, it's the crazy part about it. I remember being incarcerated. How many 12 tribesmen follow Islam? So I never was part of Islam, but that's just something you see when you locked up, you may be walking through the hall, they may pass by when they having their little meetings, they may have, an Israelite off in there coming, even though that's when I found out the Israelites really don't fool with brothers like that. They're off in Islam. They really don't. They do it, if they doing it for a check. Before it's on these streets, you can't even get a job for them Israelites. And you follow Islam. People of Islam, they follow the people of their own household, their own tribes. When people from over there, from the Middle East, I'm the only one they consider, worshippers of Islam. As far as your black butt, they don't consider you as nothing. Just somebody that's following their religion. Allah has nothing to do with your black butt. That's how they feel. You can say, Assalamu alaikum, whatever, They don't care nothing about that. Not from you. Not from you. They don't care nothing about that. Let's see. No, they don't care nothing about you. You gotta learn. Like I said, I just just being made of stuff you just sit and watch. And then and then you get to see that the very people who the religion was founded by, they don't care nothing about nobody that's not their race. They don't consider you Islam or follower of Islam. Just like you take Christianity. This Edomite religion. That's Roman Catholicism. Constantine came up with that. You think they honor your black, but they just use them black priests just to drum up enough money, support their political candidates and all that. Just be hoes. Just be spiritual hoes for them. They ain't got no love for them. You just use them when they need to use them. But they ain't figured it out yet because they get paid. They don't care. As long as they getting a check, they don't care. Cut me a check, forget the law, statutes, commandments, and all. As long as I'm getting a check, I'm happy. But we're going to go to Titus chapter 10, chapter 1, verse 10. As I said, we have plenty of blind leaders. It's full of them. Our political leaders are blind. Our spiritual leaders are blind. It's just blind. But let's just say, I can get into that later. You know, if we go to Titus chapter 1, verse 10, it said, "For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision." You know, there's people in the 12 tribes, you know, they got that circumcision. You know, nobody did that but us. But they, you know, say again, say unruly and vain talkers and deceivers. You know, and we have that now. That's the Christian church. There's a black man talking about, Allah is all powerful. When he ain't nothing but a rock. When he belongs to another nation. And he has nothing to do with you. He is an idol. In other words. And you ain't supposed to be doing no type of idol worship. Let's see where I was. No. Verse 11. Whose mouths must be stopped. Who subvert whole houses, teaching things that they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake. You know, they teach a thing they ain't supposed to be teaching, you know, for gain. You know, but you know, that's a Christian pastor all day long. As long as he get a check out of it, that's all he care about. That's all he care about. Verse 12. One of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said, the Christians are always liars, evil beasts, slow-bellied. Verse 13. This witness is true. Wherefore, rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith. Verse 14. Not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandments of men that turn from the truth. So this is what you want to do. Give them sound, you know, that sound doctrine, you know. Not the doctrine of men. Doctrine of men change, you know, with the weather, you know. And that's every second. You never know what the weather gonna be from 1 hour to the next. You know, so don't get heed to Jewish fables. You know, and you see how the word they use, you know, got in this, you know, they got Jewish, you know, not Jew, Jewish. You know, and commandments of men that turn from the truth. Yeah, they turn from this truth. They don't want to. They don't want to do as the Lord say. You know, say. They want to teach what they want to teach. You know, they don't want to do what's right, and teach others to do wrong. Just right along with them. You know, they do that. You know, that's why I say, you know, the Most High is, you know, gonna send Christ back with a sword, and he gonna deal with them. You know, we're gonna go to Hebrews 12 and 16. You know, that's what I like about this truth. You know, it made me a better man, made me a better person. You know, it made me look at our sisters as princes, some you know, some regal, you know, some worthy, some not to be used and tossed aside like an old dirty rag. That's what the truth taught me. If we go to let me see what's it, Hebrews 12 and 16. Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or perverted person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So that's what Esau did. But see, they love, this is what Christians love to say. Jacob was a thief. He stole their birthright. No, Jacob didn't steal a damn thing. He was up there one night cooking us some meat. Esau came in for hunting, couldn't catch a damn thing. He said, hey, I'm so hungry, I'm about to die. Man, please, man, hey, let me get some food. I'll say you my birth. Jacob said, hey, man, send me your birthright. It's like, cool, but hey, as long as I get some food, some undone, some uncooked food, still some red pottage. So in other words, some red meat, something that, the 12 tribes would not eat. So that's why his name got changed from Esau to Edom. After he ate that, that uncooked meat. Okay, let me go down the verse. For ye know how that afterward. So let's know that after that happened, when Jacob was giving out the blessing, where he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. So he cried, oh, do you have any blessings for me? Yeah, he gave him a blessing. Blessed him with the sword. Blessed him to crawl around his belly and get anything he can get. Get anything he can get. That's what he blessed Esau with. That's why you think he running this world, have all the best weapons and all that, because that's what he was blessed with. That's what he was blessed with. And let me see. I'm gonna go to 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. And like I said, that's why I would say, our leaders are blind. They read these scriptures, but don't teach and pound these scriptures off into you. Only time they teach and pound anything off into you when they want something. When they want some money at you, that's the only time you hear them, trying to grind to go off into scriptures, and when they trying to raise money for something. 1 John chapter 3, verse 4, and it reads, whosoever committeth a sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law. Now, they do not, for some reason, that scripture goes all over their head. They can do whatever they want, but they think they ain't sinning. Oh, the Most High gonna forgive me. All I gotta do is pray, and He gonna forgive what I do. Hey, man, how many chances you think you get? How many chances you think you getting by disobeying the Most High? People love to say, a man falls 7 times. Okay, when you gonna keep? You gonna stop falling? You gonna stop falling and pick yourself up right and start walking in this truth, in this light, and quit coming with excuses? And this is one of my last scripture. We're gonna go to Jeremiah 23. Yeah, 23 and 25. And and this scripture right here, it just turns you back, way, before my time. You know, this was Martin Luther King back in 1963. His "I Have a Dream" speech, and the Most High, even back then, had already had, had the prophet Jeremiah say something about that. Had something about that before Martin Luther King ever came to be. And it reads, I have heard what the prophet said. They prophesy lies in my name, saying, I have dreamed. I have dreamed. Now everybody know, they went to school, had to do that Black History Month thing, I have a dream that little white girls and little black boys would be joined hand in hand, and a man would be judged on on his character rather than his color. All that old mess. What did it change? I can go and tell you, it didn't get no better because I came up after that. And by that time, it was drugs all over. You had guys coming back from heroin addicts. Then all of a sudden, cocaine came out. That was a party drug. That was a rich man's drug back then, back in the 70s. Because nobody could afford it. You couldn't afford it. There was a white man's drug back in the 70s. I wasn't there but a little tight then. But all that was around me because the neighborhood I lived in. But that's what Martin Luther King did for you. So thank you, Dr. Martin Luther King, for wanting to join hand in hand with the oppressor. And and they flooded all kind of drugs off into our neighborhoods. And then as I got, so I'm still a little tight, no more than 10 years old, we get a president called Ray. He was part of this scandal called the Iran-Contra scandal with Colonel Oliver North. And they was running drugs from, I guess, Panama, from, through the Middle East or whatever, That's how you got that, it was called a free base back then. Before it became crack cocaine. It was free base. They were running cocaine like the cocaine cowboys. Worse than them. They were worse than the Keystone Cops. That all them bad people used to hear about. You done read about or heard something about. Man, Reagan, Bush, Nancy Bush, Bush Jr., Clinton, all of them was nothing but a bunch of dope dealers. And then they passed all kind of laws. There's a war on drugs. It wasn't a war on drugs. It was a war on the 12 tribes. There was never a war on drugs because drugs are still here. We the one that's dying by the boatloads because of the war on drugs. Because they figure we the only ones that's selling it. No, you selling it. Put yourself in jail. We don't own no ships, no planes, no boats, don't have no type of revenue, no banking system, nothing. You the one have all the drugs. But you want to say the war on drugs, is a thing in the black community. You put it off in there, we did. You put it off in there in the late 60s. And still putting it off in there. Now you got different nations bringing it off in there now. And we're going to read a little bit more, How long shall this be in the heart of the prophets that prophesy lies? Yea, they are prophets of the deceit of their own heart. So yeah, they're prophets, but they're prophets of the deceit of their own heart. It's just like how Martin Luther King was. Yeah, he wanted to be hand in hand with the president because he loved white women. And if you ever, go back and look at a picture of his wife could pass for white. a red bone. Beautiful. And she wasn't white, and she wasn't light enough for him. He wanted the actual dog. And J. Edward Hoover hired him and was willing to expose him. And then, after he died, and some of his people he hung around will start coming out with these stories. But yeah, that was true. Yeah, Martin Luther King did like them white guys. But they say, they trying to destroy the dream. What dream? They're trying to destroy his message, what Martin Luther King stand for. What did he stand for? Having sex with white girls? He invited every nation to be part of the civil rights movement, and we became the biggest losers of it. Everybody else came up. The Edomites came up. The Jewish man came up. The poor white trash came up. Every nation came up except for us. We still doing bad. We doing no better than we was in the 60s. And so back then we had our own business. No, you had some blacks that wanted to go to the white establishment. Oh, that's too ghetto for me. Oh, that's way too ghetto. I gotta, I want to go to that restaurant. Oh, they don't want to have us? Oh, we gonna have a sit-in. What you got now? You ain't got a black restaurant you can go to now in a lot of places. Because at what places that it did stop black people from having business, a lot of places it did stop. They had nothing. I know we had nothing here where I stay at, this black dome. That's a dream. Let me see. We go to verse 27. Which state to cause my people to forget my name by their dreams, which they tell every man to his neighbor, as their fathers have forgotten my name for Baal. So they worshiping Baal. Causing them to forget the Most High name for worshiping Baal. So this is what Martin Luther, this verse is Martin Luther King 101. These verses I'm giving you. This is Martin Luther King 101. That's exactly what he did. He caused you to forget your own people and start loving another people who would never love you. People that hated you to the core. From the womb. He hated you. We fought in Rebecca's womb, battling it out. Let's go to verse 28. The prophet that hath a dream, let him tell a dream. And he that hath my word, let him speak my word faithfully. What is the chaff to the wheat, said the Lord? Verse 29. Is not my word like a fire, said the Lord, and like a hammer that breaketh the rocks in pieces? Verse 30. Therefore, behold, I am against the prophets, said the Lord, that steal my words, every one from his neighbor. So the Most High was against Martin Luther King, who actually stole, the non-violence movement. If you ever did any little history, when you was in school or anything like that, he actually got it from Mahatma Gandhi. He was an Elamite that over in this country, he did a non-violent movement that make things better for his people over there. Matter of fact, Martin Luther King was a ripoff of a ripoff of a ripoff. His real name wasn't Martin Luther King. He got his name from, well, I guess that was a Mormon guy. I don't quite know the religion, what I'm thinking. But his actual name was Michael King. But he changed his name to Martin Luther King to make himself more spiritual. After After some guy named Martin Luther just started some religion on over Mormon, Lutheran, or whatever, you know, like I really care, you know. But that's what he did. He said, behold, I am against the prophets, said the Lord, that use their tongues and say, he said. So what, just like how Martin Luther said, when he said the Most High said, hey, Most High said, I ain't said a damn thing. Don't take that out your mouth. Get it out your mouth right now. I ain't said nothing. Verse 32, behold, I am against them that prophesy false dreams, said the Lord, and do tell them, and cause my people to err by their lies and by their lightness. Yet I sent them not, nor commanded them. Therefore they shall not profit this people at all, said the Lord. Now then, ain't that what Martin Luther King and whatever, and every other pastor that came up behind him? The saying the Lord told me this morning and all that. The Most High didn't tell you nothing this morning. This something our family have to hear every week. That's what Martin Luther King did back in those days. But like I said, all his was political, but at the end, toward the end of his life, he began to see the areas where he said, I believe I led my people into a burning house. After that, he was dead. But they never showed it. They show that I have a dream speech all day long, but they never tell you how he made a mistake by saying about that dream and all that. They never show that. They'll never show that at all. Verse 33, and when the people or the prophet or a priest shall ask thee, saying, what is the burden of the Lord? Thou shalt say unto them, what burden? I will even forsake you, said the Lord. So ain't no burden serving the Most High. There's no burden at all. He made that plain and clear. 34. And as for the prophet and the priest and the people, they that shall say, the burden of the Lord, I will even punish that man in his house. So watch out. We punish you for saying, the Lord is as far as the work of the Lord is a burden. Verse 35, thus shall you say every one to his neighbor and every one to his brother, what hath the Lord answered? And what hath the Lord spoken? Verse 36, and the burden of the Lord shall ye mention no more, for every man's word shall be his burden. But you have perverted the words of the living God and the Lord of our host of our God. And that's what they do every week. They pervert the word. They pervert the word. Why you think you got so many different denominations? You got Christian non-denomination, Holy Ghost filled, on the back of the road type churches and all that stuff. They pervert it. They pervert everything about the Most High to get you in. And you'll get punished right along with them. Verse 37, thus shalt thou say to the prophet, what hath the Lord answered thee? And what hath the Lord spoken? Verse 38, but since you say the burden of the Lord, therefore thus said the Lord, because you say this word, the burden of the Lord I have sent unto you, saying, you shall not say the burden of the Lord. Verse 39, therefore, behold, even I, will utterly forget you, and will forsake you, and the city that I gave you and your fathers, and cast you out of my presence. Verse 40, and I will bring an everlasting reproach upon you, and a perpetual shame, which shall not be forgotten. And that's exactly what the Most High did. That's exactly what He did because of our prophets, because they were blind. They taught not the things of the Most High. They came up with their own words, like that whole Martin Luther King. You know, he wanted white girls and black boys to hold hands so many times you can't walk outside now while seeing a brother, you know, with a dog. Or you know, and then that's the thing. Then this is what I never could understand. They never get to find white girls. They get, you know, they get the worst trailer park trash they can find, but a white boy get the baddest sister in the hood. I mean, you know, then this is an old punk white boy. Family may got a little money or whatever, but you know, you ain't that you can slap him around all day. But here our brothers come with these dog-looking white girls like they belong on, you know, the hill have eyes or something, you know. You know, like, yeah, dog, bro. That's the best you can find. You know. But that come from, you know, that blind leader we had that people still worship for this day, Dr. Martin Luther King. That came from him. He wanted you to be hand in hand with that dog. He wanted you to make, baby, you know, they make beautiful. I mean, them kids be beautiful. You know, you can't lie. You know, even I can't lie on that. That be some beautiful children. I never wanted one. You know, because I had beautiful children with Judah. You know, with Ephraim, you know, with Isupk, you know. I had beautiful kids with them. Within my own tribes, I had beautiful kids. I didn't have to step outside my nation to have beautiful children. But I want you to know, you know, if you're not in the Isupk County Commander General, Johanna, you are not in the truth. If you're in that Christian church, you are following. You are the blind. Your leader's blind, and you are blind, and you are following after him, and y'all both gonna fall into the ditch. And that's my class. I'm preaching also a 50 your heart. I'm gonna say Shalom Bashim Al-Shabakatah to all the brothers and to all the sisters out there. I'm gonna say Shalom Yahweh Shemal Tham Bashim Al-Shai. Well, and that is my class. I'm gonna say Shalom Israel and Kwam Yashala.